Hi, thanks for attending, everybody. I'm Gotangco, and I'm going to talk to you guys about a situation all of you have done. You have an event, family event, you're going to cook something, but each of us have hectic lives. We have children, some of us have spouses, phone calls because of business, and school. So one thing we have to watch out for is distraction from the task at hand. Alright? Today I'm going to fry some chicken. All of a sudden my phone rings, I left it in the other room charging, I take off, I go to the other room and charge it. Answer the phone. The next thing you know, my wife calls, hey, can you come hang this picture? I stick my head in the kitchen, everything's alright, the grease is still heating up for me to fry the chicken. And I take off. Do the task for it, and I come back. Well, I'm going to check on the phone, make sure I didn't miss the call. I'm checking on the phone, I smell something. I turn the corner, the pot's fully involved. There's flames coming out of the pot, it's hitting the overhead fan. What do? Some of you might say, well, throw some water on it. Not on a grease fire. The water's going to be heavier than the oil. It's going to settle at the bottom of the pot. It'll actually flash the steam and throw that grease completely up against the wall, and the hood, the duct, the deck, on the counter, and start an additional Class A fire. Well, other people might say throw flour on it, or put the lid on it. Those two also have negative consequences. If you go to put the lid on the pot, you take a chance of burning yourself. You throw flour on it, if you've ever heard of a grain elevator explosion, that flour can spread and actually ignite a fireball flash. And now you're in a worse situation than you were originally. Now, what I want to talk to you about today are fire extinguishers. Kitchen fire extinguishers. It's a simple tool. It's a highly inexpensive tool that you can have in your house that can save you time, money, and actually improve the safety of your family under those conditions. Now, you ask yourself, how do you know I got the right fire extinguisher? Well, there are 5 main classes of fire extinguishers. Class A for normal combustibles, wood, paper, plastics. Class B for flammable liquids, gasoline, diesel, maybe a paint thinner. Class C for an electrical hazard. And Class D is combustible metal. Chances are, unless we're a mechanic or we work in a specialized machine shop, you're not going to see a Class D extinguisher for combustible metals. And then there's the Class K. The Class K fire extinguisher is designed for oils, animal fats, or any type of liquid that you may have in the kitchen that can combust. Now, how do you select it? First off, you have to look at the designation. This is a kid fire extinguisher. They do not have the designation, which is a K symbol, or a grease pan in a square. What they do have on the box, though, a bilingual description in either Spanish or English, showing it's a kitchen fire extinguisher. The other thing you have to look at too is how does it work? The only way you can do that, use it, is to know what the components are. This section right here, the white section, is actually the body of the extinguisher. It contains 1 to 1.5 gallons of extinguishing agent under pressure. This is the gauge. It tells you whether or not the extinguisher's gone bad, whether or not you're buying a good extinguisher. This is the carrying handle. The red section is the pin. The lever that the pin's holding up is the discharge handle. And this is the nozzle. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind, some kitchen fire extinguishers will have a short hose with it. It's still the same. It's still going to have a nozzle, but the way you handle it is the only thing that's going to change. Now, I have a fully involved pot. I come up to it. How do I use the extinguisher? First thing, I want to be sure I've called 911. I have help coming. The second thing, I want to make sure my back's to an egress. Reason being, I only have 1 to 1.5 gallons of extinguishing agent. At some point, I might not be able to take this fire out. I also might inadvertently gouge the liquid and throw it and spread the fire. So I have to have a way to get out. Alright, I'm going to give you 4 letters. P-A-S-S, pass. Pot's burning. I go grab my extinguisher, which is located away from the stove. I grab the pin. I pull the pin. I put my thumb on the discharge lever. I grab the body of the extinguisher. I aim it at the base of the fire. In the case of a high pot like this, you want to aim at the edge of the lid. If it's a lower pot, you can aim at the edge of the stove. It'll roll into it like a cloud. But the key is, since this is pressurized, I can do it safely from a distance. I'm going to aim at the base, and then I'm going to sweep it. I'm going to squeeze the handle, excuse me. And then I'm going to sweep it. Once I squeeze the handle and begin to sweep, I'm going to use this extinguishing agent till the end. Whether it's out, whether I think it's out, continue to go. Because there are times where you think the fire might be out, but there's a cloud of extinguishing agent floating past, and it has potential to reignite. So I'm going to pull the pin, I'm going to aim at the base of the fire, squeeze the handle, and I'm going to sweep it. Extinguisher's down, I'm done. I put it down, bring it out with me, no matter what you do. Even if the fire's out, do not call and cancel a fire department. The safety of your family could depend on whether or not they find a hidden fire in the wall. Your exhaust duct, how often do you clean your exhaust duct in the kitchen? Not many people clean it often. You could have a possible grease fire in it. So the emergency responders will come in, let them check and do their job. Worst case, they're helping you ventilate your house. Now, this is a short introduction to fire extinguishers. However, if you have any additional questions, you can either ask myself, I was a fireman for 17 years, or you can call your local fire department. They're there to serve you. They commit their career to it. Like I said, 4 simple letters. Point, aim, squeeze, and sweep. Keep that tool in your toolbox to keep your family safe. Thank you very much.
What's an ABC fire extinguisher?
ABC fire extinguisher is a multi-class fire extinguisher that can take those fires out. But it's only a Class A, Class B, and Class C combustible. And the key with the Class C is it's only an electrical fire because there's power on it. The only reason you use it is to get it to the point where you can safely isolate that. Once I kill, let's say it's a burner. It's a Class C fire. I use a fire extinguisher where I can put the plug. I pull the plug, I now have a Class A fire. I can still use that extinguishing agent to take that fire out.
How many feet away do you spray?
This extinguisher right here is pressurized. You can use it up to 10 to 12 feet away. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind is as you take that fire out, you want to progress slightly forward in case you sprayed some of that liquid past that pot. But like I said, don't stop. Once you start the extinguisher, keep going with it.
What happens to your chicken?
Popeyes.
So that's a big pot.
Anyone else? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.